Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, September 12th, 2017, one of the bigger news stories, the release of Hillary Clinton's book about why she lost the election to Donald Trump. And in case you forgot, the last presidential election was the 58th all time. Donald Trump announced he was going to run for president from his 58-story Trump Tower. And for Inauguration Day, January 20th, 2017, which was the 58th presidential inauguration, which happened to fall on a date with 58 numerology, Donald Trump hired the 58-year-old Steve Ray of the Washington Nationals to do the ceremony, to lead the ceremony. It was the first time there was a new man in that position since the time of Eisenhower. For his inauguration, the man who did the ceremonies, he'd done them from that time all the way up to the present. But this year, Donald Trump hired the 58-year-old. So here comes Hillary Clinton's book about the election, the 58th, called What Happened? And would you believe in reduction gematria, which I've taught since 2013 is the method to know, what happened equals 58. And not only that, but it came out September 9th, 2017. 12 plus 9 plus 20 plus 17 equals 58. Old world knowledge, gematria, numerology, the mathematics of the numbers of the calendar. Old world knowledge still in play for the world elites today, from the United States of America to elsewhere. This practice is part of Kabbalah, the ancient mysticism with the belief that God created the world with language, and by abiding by this code of letters and numbers, according to Kabbalah, you become closer to the Creator. And by the way, the Creator equals 58. So does biblical. This is biblical knowledge. And the United States of America, a biblical nation. The original capital, Philadelphia, one of 7 churches from the book of Revelation. Biblical city, biblical name. The original capital. So, other relevant 58. Freemasonry equals 58, so does secret society, so does Washington, so does United States, so does Solomon's temple, so does Herod's temple. For Freemasonry, tracing board equals 58. Whole lot of things. Special number. And 5 plus 8 breaks down to 13. Nation founded by Freemasons. 13 colonies, 13 stripes, 13 stars, 13 years of public school programming. So, get this. From the election to the book release was 44 weeks. Donald Trump's the 45th president, but he's only the 44th person to be president because Grover Cleveland was number 22 and number 24, meaning the 25th president was the 24th person all the way up to the present. In ancient Israel, there were 44 kings. 44 kings of Israel. Jerusalem equals 58, just like Solomon's temple, just like Herod's temple. And it was the Knights Templar who took the knowledge of Kabbalah from Jerusalem and brought it to the European elites. And over time, it spread to the colonization of Americas. This is the New World Order. This is how they operate. 44 kings of Israel, 44 weeks after the election, this book comes out. What happened? Now remember, Freemasonry is an all men's club. 44 kings. Donald, the 44th king of America. For another 44, Hillary Clinton's birthday is October 26th. This book came out 44 days before her birthday. How perfect. 2 44s. I was talking about all this stuff before the election happened. I said if Trump's going to win this thing, it's going to come down to the riddle of 44 kings of Israel and how they were all men. I really did think it was too ridiculous to put Trump in, but I saw all these things before it happened. And I just thought, no, it's still too ridiculous. This orange man, the apprentice, this bumbling idiot. Oh. But then again, who was the last Republican president? George W. Bush, almost the same description. Both parties, all part of the same show. Remember, let's just do this together. You want a little more gematria? Hillary, born in 47, right? That's the number in D.C. D.C.'s 47. So is president 47. So is authority 47. So is government 47. The president right now is Trump 47. The Republican Party, Republican 47. The Democrat Party, It's really the Democratic Party, but you call them Democrats. Democrat 47. 47, 47, 47, 47 degrees on the Freemason compass. Is it hard to see? Did you know that the points of the roads that aim at the White House, they're at a 47-degree angle? Washington, D.C. was laid out by a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason from France, 47. And of course, the headquarters of Freemasonry for Scottish Rite in D.C. for North America. Ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry equals 187. Guess I'll just do it real quick. Ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 187, right? Now watch this. George Washington, 187. How about Washington, D.C., 187. In the Torah, there's 187 chapters, and in Hebrew, Elohim equals 187, the word for God. The belief is from the Torah, with Kabbalah, that every letter is a number. It's all part of a code. And again, God created the world with language when God merged the letter with the number. That's what it's all about. And again, Torah also sums to 26, just like God, 26, just like letter, 26, 26 letters in the alphabet. This all goes back to Babylon, where Kabbalah originates from. And the Egyptians, the god of writing, logic, thought, mathematics, Thoth, 26. You see? Logic, 26. Read, 26. Teach, 26. All these things. And there's so much more. The Greeks, the masters of philosophy and practitioners of gematria. Anyway, this practice, it's deep. There's a reason the alphabet's 26 letters. I forgot to mention the word Mason's 26. Masons, playing God by the numbers. Hillary Clinton born on the 26th day in 47. So anyway, back to her book, What Happened? What happened is more Kabbalah. Every day it's Kabbalah. Every day it's the same thing. You don't need to ask what happened anymore. It's always the same. Everything is planned. Everything is theater. Everything is done by the numbers. The elections are rigged. The release of the book's rigged. I bet you anything this book was probably written in 1992. This whole narrative has probably been planned out since she was the first lady. Donald Trump, all planned way in advance. This book might have been written in 1940, even before Hillary Clinton was alive. What happened? We're just living out a planned script. So you don't need to ask what happened anymore. It's all theater. What happened also equals 50, just like Donald. 50. Just like America and its 50 states, 50. What other numbers are up here? 121, number of revelation. Revelation. 121. Square root of 121 is 11. The 11th triangular number is 66. 66 books in the Bible, the 66 books Revelation. It's about the return of Jesus. Jesus. Something that doesn't even make sense. There was no J's in Hebrew. How could his name have been Jesus? It's all made up. It's all a Masonic name. It's all a fairy tale. Jesus, 11, the return of Jesus. 66, the 11th triangular number. You see? What else is there? Revelation, 49, just like Washington, just like Lord. The return of the Lord in Revelation. 22 chapters in Revelation. The return of the Lord, Jesus. See how it works? The whole thing's mathematics. Your news, the Bible, because it's all Freemasonry. And look at the commonalities between your government and religion. First of all, Washington, D.C., which is between Virginia and Maryland, the Virgin Mary, it used to be the Catholic colony, which have the Jesuits with them, which are known as the Society of Jesus, another 187. We have the first Jesuit Pope. From Donald Trump's birthday to the Pope's birthday is a span of 187 days, June 14th to December 17th. Donald Trump had his GOP convention in Cleveland on July 18th. That's when it started, 18/7, 187 days before Inauguration Day. George W. Bush, the last Republican president, was born on the 187th day of the year, July 6th, 6/7. Washington died at age 67. And by the way, Freemasonry, if you take into account the S exceptions, also 67. Of course, Freemasonry 139. Here we are on September 13th, 13/9. R.I.P. to Tupac Shakur, dead by the numbers. From George Washington to Tupac Shakur. Lots of deaths by the numbers in this history. And also about 44 and Hillary, you know, Barack Obama, the 44th president, ran on hope. Hope equals 44. Whole lot more to that. Has everything to do with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., who were both murdered on dates with 44 numerology. 44 years after the Civil Rights Act, we get Barack Hussein Obama. Civil Rights 64. Barack Hussein Obama 64. 44 years after Civil Rights. MLK and Malcolm X both murdered by the numbers. 44 the kill number. Last point about this book, January 20th to the date it released, inauguration date of the release, 235 days, 23.5 degrees on each leg of the Freemason compass for the 47 total degrees, 33 weeks, Federal 33, Order 33, Masonry 33, Secrecy 33, Clinton 33, Drumpf 33. In case you didn't know, that's the original name of the Trump family, Drumpf, Clinton, Federal. It's all 33, just like Masonry. See? Just like Order, just like Secrecy. That Scottish Rite of Freemasonry building in D.C. has 33 pillars on the outside. Remember how when Hillary conceded, she was wearing purple? Remember that? She was wearing purple, right? For Trump. Purple 88, Trump. I was just mentioning 64, 8 times 8, 64. And look at the gematria of Israel. Israel sums to 64. If you use the Hebrew alphabet, Hebrew gematria, Israel also sums to 64, like the number of spaces on the chessboard. Notice it's also 44. You're just talking about 44. Israel, Zion, Zionism. Zion is 44. Their leader, Netanyahu, who has the same gematria in Hebrew as he does in English. Netanyahu, also 44. There's so much more. You see the 134 over here? Look at this. Tisha B'Av, 134. Same with 9th of Av, which is the exact same thing. This is the English translation of the Jewish word, Tisha B'Av. I want you to see what this is in Jewish gematria. It's 911. Just like Al-Qaeda terrorist attack, 911. Just like jihadists, 911. Just like division, 911. The symbolism of skull and bones comes from an ossuary, 911. George W. Bush, the skull and bones Freemason in the White House, George W. Bush, 58. Remember, Tisha B'Av is to remember the destruction of the 2 temples in Jerusalem. Look at this. The 2 temples, the 2 towers, Jerusalem, 58. Again, Solomon's Temple, 58. So is Herod's. Those are the 2 temples that were destroyed that are remembered for Tisha B'Av. And I want you to think about Bill Clinton in the White House during the 93 World Trade Center bombing, blamed on the blind sheik, 93. Just like propaganda, just like Saturn, the keeper of time, important to Masonry. Bill Clinton, ever since 9/11, has been one of the biggest mouthpieces on television demonizing 9/11 truthers. They've put out so much media of Bill Clinton shouting down people looking for 9/11 truth in audience, calling them whack jobs and lunatics. These people, you know, they need to be held accountable. There needs to be justice. And that won't be brought in a courtroom, which is owned by Freemasonry. No, we the people of the world need to rise up and get the justice that we all deserve, okay? These people need to be made an example of. They've sold out the world. They've created needless wars. They've wasted people's lifetime, made millions of people live under needless fear. And they all know what they're doing, all for their own gain. So Bill Clinton can get his dick sucked. You know, what a little bitch. So we're ruled over by little bitches. So what are people who get ruled over by little bitches? I'll let you think about that one. I'm not one of those people, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, what happened? Until next time.